Hello again, this is Old Man PHP. I create PHP video tutorials for the old guys who want to learn a new skill and compete with the young crowd. This is the video number 7. Before we look at the primitive types, here is a way to multiply two arrays element together. I will be talking about arrays in another video. For now, I want to introduce two functions that creates an array from strings and makes a string from an array. They are called explode and implode. Let's start by creating a function. And we're going to put $A and $B. Explode and implode, well, that function, right, it breaks the explode breaks the an array to a list, and the implode takes that list and puts it in an array. It splits a string by the delimiter it uses, and it puts back using the delimiter. So it'll return an array of a string by splitting it on the boundaries string separator, and in this case it is the space. So right now we're going to say $A equals explode parentheses. We're going to say $B equals explode, and space this out nicely. Let's say this would be we're going to separate it at the space because that's what I'm going to be using, and then we're going to put here trim $A. The trim itself, this function, what it does is it trims your I'll tell you what, before we do that, let's continue with this one, and then I'll show you real quick. We're going to be talking about all these things a little later, but because I'm showing you right now, I'll show you something. Okay, let's do this. Let's create that. But right now it's not doing anything, right? Let's come over here real quick. Let's say we were doing a $WW, and then I go, I love PHP. You notice how we got a lot of space in here, right? What happens is when the PHP prints things out for you, like prints it out, it just prints it out like normal. Like if it didn't have any, see, no spaces over here, no spaces. Let me fix that now. No spaces, no spaces. But if I go look, the var dump, the structure, $A, let's see this, what happened here? Oh, why would I say, I got A in my brain. See, it tells you that it's 14 characters. 14 characters, right? So it will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, and then 14 there. 14 characters. But if I go like this, and then it just gives you 10. That's what that trim does. It just takes it out. It trims it out for you. So it's going to do that just in case. Oops. So just in case. Now within this function, we're going to do something with that, right? So we're gonna run a for each, because that loop goes through an array, right? Loops right through it. Then you're gonna say A as $key That's like in a PHP, that's an array. All right, and then it'll become like the keys, the index, and the value will be the thing. So let's see. This one was okay. Dollar value. Okay, let's say my colon. I mean the brackets. Over here, we're gonna put something here, but what? Let's run print $key, and I want you to put that information in there. So you're gonna say $A $key, and we're gonna times it by $B. See, and you say $key because it's an array. It's become an array. So you're going to take this part of the array, put it in here, this part of the array, put it in, and I want you to time it. I want you to multiply and put it in this guy. So if I went here and say, let's see, say between return implode, now we're going to implode it back. And we're going to put two space, and let's just do the little, since I was using that one. All right, let's do this. Okay, before we do anything, we need to look at that. Implodes into that. First, you're going to send it with all that space, trim it sideways. This is just in case. Then you're going to run the for each on that A, which is going to give you the keys in the value. And that's what it does, creates an array, right? And then it's going to print that key, and you're going to stick that key with the, and multiply with the actual value. No, with the key of B, excuse me. And then we're going to return. Okay, good. That should work. I hope it works. ACO plus space. I'm going to put this one, comma, space. Let's put those space there. All right, we're going to send in a string. This is a 20, comma 30, comma 40. Then over here we're going to say, this is the other one, 5, 10, 15. And don't forget to semicolon. All right, let's see what we got here. We're going to run this function. We're going to send these arguments to these parameters. They're going to trim this parameter by using the explode, and then we're going to run the for each to loop through them, and then we're going to return the implode part. So let's see, did I spell that right? Do I have everything? Yeah, that should do it. There you go. See, because I take all that information that we use, meaning that we because you're space, you know something, I'll tell you what, so we can see it better, I'm going to add a space. See, space. So what happens is that there was a big space here, and then we took that by that space. See, I want you to trim this guy, but this is where you're going to blow it up, so it'll become an array. This will be the 0, 1, and 2, 0, 1, and 2, right? Because its index starts at 0. Right, and then it's going to go through each one. It's going to multiply by each and put it in another array, right? And then you're going to employ it back, and you're going to put the space back. See, with the totals, but you're going to give it space. So, I mean, I could do this too if I wanted to. I can just go like this. Boom, there you go. Is that wonderful? Now, before we look at the primitive types, let's talk about this thing called the precedence and associativity of an expression. Now, we can combine different operators to make complex expressions. Anything that gives you a value is an expression, right? So when you use multiple operators in an expression, they are grouped by their precedence, a way of putting things. It's kind of like grouping. And then if you have the same precedence and an associativity, decide how they're grouped. The precedent of the operator decides the order of execution of the expression. And then so let's look at the operator precedence document. The one shown would be, let's see if I have it here. See, that's the operator precedence, right? So if I go like this, like the math situation, where's the math? This guy, it takes those things are first. Asterisk comes from the right. And these guys, they are working from the left. So if you have multiplication and then you have division, that is always going to go for the left one. It starts at you will do the multiplication. You're going to see that in a bit. And it's the same way. So now you have your math, right? You got your, where is it? It's in here somewhere. But you have also these guys, the logicals. And here's your, what's the math stuff? Okay, these are the math stuff. Plus, and multiplication, the division, and modulus. Okay, so that will work that way. So if you needed to see what was the address of this stuff, let me put it here. I'm going to put it right here. I'm going to give you a chance for you to write it up. I'm going to put it in the description down, but if you want to do it now, you got to go to the php.net/manual English language .operators.precedence.php file, which happens to be this. All right, so let's get on with it, okay? Here's an example. Let's take this out. Here's an example, right? We're going to echo $A, 8 plus 3 multiply by 5. Who do you think gets to, what will be the results? Will it do this first, or will it do this one first? But by looking at this, it goes to the left will be first if you don't have. Right now in this situation, this is below this. See this plus sign? Even though if you have plus and minus in the same place, it will always be the plus first because you have it as left. If you do have the multiplication, the plus sign, which is here, since this list starts at the number 1, the most important, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth. So this is like the 6th important, then comes the 7th important. This is above this. So that means the asterisk will be first. Let's do the thing. Let's do the 28.3. See, 23. If you wanted this guy to be first, then it's going to do this guy first and then times it, giving you 55. This is how you force it. This is how you force it. So if you have, let's take this force out of the situation. You got your that and you got your this. You do this, boom, it gives you 13.33, which means that it did this one first, then this one, because here, I'll take that back. It did this one first and then this one. Here, because it did this one first and then this one. All right. So this is another example. It's like, I don't know, let's call it something else. So 8, this is smaller than 3, less than, you know it ain't. Or is it greater than 5? 35, about 5. Right? So if I go like this, it's going to look at these guys. It's going to say which one comes first. And in this situation, they're going to be like, this is not, we can't do it because it is either this one or this one. So what happens is you get an error. Boom, see, error, can't do it. But if you put this guy in a parenthesis situation, then it'll do that one first, and then it'll work. This, since we couldn't really print it out, we should have just left it like this. We can print it out. So let's do this, because it's var dump, and then we're going to put res, $res. Ugh, what did I do there? Right? Now it'll give it to you. It's false. See? It works on you. So this is really less than this here. Probably is. And is it less than this? Is it greater than that? No. Because it'll become false. Now, okay, now you know about the precedence and associativity. I want to mention that PHP has different types of operators. Operators are used to perform operations of variables and values, right? I mean, you've been seeing that. PHP divides the operator in several groups. There are like about 9 of them. They got the arithmetic operator, the assignment operator, comparison operator, increment and decrement operator. You got your logical operator, your string operator, definitely the array operator, and the conditional assignment operator. So let's check out that first one, the arithmetic operator. So let's take this out. The arithmetic operator goes like this. Okay? So equals to 10, right? Now you're going to assign the y equal to 6, right? And then you're going to say echo, and you're going to say $x plus $y. So we can give a little space for the next stuff. Let's do the BR. And that will do the job. Boom, 16. You got it for the multiplication, right? You got it for the minus. You got it for division. You got it, it gives you modulus too. And then you got it, what else do we have? We got, oh yeah, we got it, oops, daisy. Boom, and then you have it for modulus. There he goes. And again, boom, 4, the remainder of 4. Isn't that great? You can compare two values like numbers and strings by using the var dump function. We already talked about this one. The var dump dumps information about a variable, right? That's what we talked about earlier. So if I say, let's give this one a bigger number. Let's do this one, 10. Let's do that, right? And then I say, oh, let me dump this guy. So we're going to say var underscore dump. And you're going to say $x equals to $y. Remember? and it's going to say, yeah, true. It's true. If you want